know, if a female divorce lawyer tells you not to get married, it's probably time you listen. Another reason why men are walking away.
What's your age?
32.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a divorce lawyer.
As a divorce lawyer, would you say that divorces are initiated most by men or by women?
Women, 90% of the time.
Why is that the case?
I think that they yap with their friends, and I think they get real frustrated where guys are like, I'll get to it tomorrow. And I think the women just get in their heads and they're like, all right, I'm done.
So it's the woman.
They watch too many woman therapists on TikTok telling them how to ruin their marriages.
And who are sabotaging their own relationships?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is that they're getting with their girlfriends, they're angry, they just get frustrated, and they have a lot of people in their ears. And I think they just want to, when they're done, they're done.
But surely, as a woman, you shouldn't tolerate any and everything in a relationship.
Definitely not at all, but I feel like things build up really easily with people, and they're talking about it more, where you're like pissed off and you get kind of over it quickly.
But how long have you been a divorce attorney?
Probably like since 2016 I've been practicing, and then 2017 officially barred.
So being that you've been in the field for 8+ years, do you think that marriage is outdated now?
I don't know about outdated, but it's more acceptable to get divorced, right? Because like we're seeing it a lot more. It's not taboo. So
yeah, it was bad to get divorced, and in some churches, religions, they don't want you to get divorced either unless there's some crazy stuff going on.
It's changed.
Do you think that sexless marriages can work?
No, and 100% every single time. I mostly work for men, so every single time they're in a consult with me, I'm always hearing, I haven't had sex in 10 years, I haven't had sex in 5 years, I haven't had sex in...
I can relate. I was married for a while, and we did not have intimacy for many years for no apparent reason. 15
years, and I'm like, here we go again. The sex talk every single time. So it's like you need to make sure you're doing it like 3 to 4, I would say like 3. 2, sometimes you want to go like 2 times, 2 to 3, but it really should be like 4. 2 to 4 times is ideal.
So you hear that, guys? You need to be doing it 2 to 4 times a week, ladies and gentlemen.
Lack of sex in these marriages is the most common theme that you're seeing when they end.
Yeah, because it's connected to more of that. It's not just physical. It's like, all right, well, if you're not into someone and you're disgusted by them and you're pissed off at them, you're not going to be having sex with them, right? Because you're going to be unattracted to them, you're going to be irritated, and you're not going to be into them. So you're not going to be banging them.
So why do you think people stay in these relationships?
Yeah, I mean, a relationship without sex really can't last, because what's the point? You got with someone not so you could just live with them and be best pals, because you were physically attracted to them. So if there's no sex, there's no point in staying.
Relationships for so long.
I think they stay in it just because it's comfortable and it's easy and it's really hard. This is a marriage is a breakup on steroids. Like if you're gonna get a divorce, it's not just like I'm moving my shit out, bye-bye. It's like if there's kids involved, forget about it. It's like your whole life is upended. It's a major decision. Your family's affected, your life is affected. Half your crap is gone. So it's a little bit tougher than with just a simple breakup.
When a couple goes through
I always say that, like, for some, I don't get why we turn divorce into such a huge, like, life-ruining deal. You ever notice people just break up in a relationship, their boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever, and they just move on. They don't fight. They don't fight for stuff. They're not going down each other's throats. They just break up and move apart. If there's a kid involved, yeah, it can get messy. But with marriage, it just becomes about how can I destroy this person's life completely and utterly and take everything they have? Like, why can't you just be like, okay, like, I'll take what was mine, you take what was yours, peace out, and go your separate ways? Makes no sense.
Divorce. What's the process typically entail?
Someone has to file, first and foremost, someone's got to file. So you got to fill out the paperwork, file it with the court, and then you've got to serve someone, or they have to sign something saying they've gotten it. So either you have a random stranger who's hired by a service, or you have someone that you know go and hand them the paperwork, which is always awkward. Or you can tell them, hey, I'm going to divorce you, and you're going to sign this document saying you've received this, which is always awkward.
So wait, they don't send a sheriff out to serve them, or?
You can't, like, some people will do that where you can get a constable, but it's not a sheriff. If there's a restraining order, you get a sheriff to do it.
Okay.
That's a whole nother.
So they sign that. Then what happens?
Then they have in California, they've got 30 days to file a response. In Massachusetts, where I'm also barred, like, they can just respond. So
I live in California, and I'm also from Massachusetts. That's funny.
someone has to respond to it and say, all right, yeah, I want a divorce too, and this is what I want to do. And it's a simple paperwork.
So party A agrees for the divorce, and so does party B. Does that mean that they're officially divorced, and that's fun, or?
No, I wish. It'd make things a lot easier, but no, you've got to go through this whole rigmarole. All right, well, what do you have? Show me your paperwork for the past. Show me your bank accounts. Show me your credit card statements. Show me everything. I want to see what your financial assets are. So you got to break it down each person, which causes problems, right? Because someone's on OnlyFans, you're seeing it in their bank account. Because unlike, Ashley Madison, they used to hide it as American Bank. OnlyFans just says straight up OnlyFans. They have no shame with their billing. So.
They are not letting you get away with watching OnlyFans if you're in a relationship and you share a bank account.
Oh, you start seeing
nope.
these kind of charges and you go, all right, well, we need to do more. I got to look into this. What else have you done? Have you gone to hotels? I want to see more bank statements. Take me back 5 years.
And so this can expose more infidelity in a relationship.
Yeah, and problems. So it's like, all right, now you're doing a deep dive, and now you're starting to snoop through stuff, and you've got some problems.
Okay. But after that process is done with the financial assets and looking at that, is it just the man had... So after that part's done, is it the man has made 100K and the girl makes 50K, so the girl gets 25 from the man, or what?
No. Then you're going to be looking at a whole complicated state-by-state calculation of, all right, how long were you married? Who paid what? Who's doing what? Who can earn what? Like, so now you're looking at all the potential of that, and you're going to get a crazy calculation. And if you're married for a decent amount of time, you're going to get some spousal support. If you're, like, say the guy's paying all the bills, woman's at home. The guy's going to pay up. He's going to be paying a good amount, and it's going to be for, in California, if it's less than 10 years, he'll be paying half the length of the marriage. Massachusetts, you go, it goes to 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20. It doesn't go, it's more regulated. But just
That's wild. I was lucky. Ex-wife didn't fight back. Got no lawyer, so I didn't get any alimony. It was glorious.
depends.
Being a divorce lawyer for 8 years, are you for prenups or are you against them?
Prenups are amazing. I'm a big fan of prenups. When some of my friends get married, instead of giving them a blender, I give them a prenup because it's a lot more useful. And
I wish I had a divorce lawyer friend who would give me a prenup for like a gift. That would be great.
I just do it for free and set it up. And I know the relationships, you know what to put in there. And it's great. So prenups, and you have a roadmap basically of what you're going to do. You can save like 50K on average if you have a prenup, like easily. Because you already say you divide this, do that. And you can put future stuff in there. So vacation home, okay, I have no vacation home right now, but you put in the prenup and you can divide your vacation home, or say you have a business, divide your business a certain way, you do certain things.
But if prenup...
Definitely should not skip out on prenup. And ladies, don't treat prenups as though it means you're gonna break up in the future. It's protection for everyone, for you, for them, because you can add in protections for yourself if he leaves you, and same with men. Like, you gotta protect your assets. Don't treat it like it's some horrible thing. It's just protection, because I mean, a lot of relationships do unfortunately end, and usually the people who don't sign the prenups are the ones who get screwed the most.
are so simple. Why are so many women against it?
Because they want as much as they can get, obviously. I mean, you're not going to go to someone and say, hey, you want half can I give you half the amount you're supposed to get? Who would take that deal? Not many people, so it's not a very appealing thing.
And what's crazy is some women have turned this into a business of getting married, getting divorced, getting alimony, and just living off the paychecks of every husband.
It's like going to someone who's ordering a sandwich and said, let me give you half the sandwich. Who's going to eat that sandwich? You want the full sandwich.
And what's the biggest misconception you've noticed when it comes on to divorces?
I don't think think they're as taboo as they need to be. Like everyone's like, oh, it's so bad and it's like ruins your whole life. It doesn't. I think like there's a lot of times where people find their second loves, and that seems to be really amazing, and they seem so much more happier and balanced.
That's basically what happened to me. Kicked my ex out, and then a few months later, because I'd been in it and over it for a while, I started dating again, and I met my girl now, who I've been with happily for like 6 years. So don't give up, fellas. Just because you have one bad experience doesn't mean that the right person is not out there for you.
So it shouldn't be as taboo, and that's a misconception.
Have you ever had to represent a client over multiple marriages?
Yeah, and every single time I'm like, don't do it, man, don't do it. Can you get a prenup? Can you do something? And I have like multiple clients that are like, all right, here we go again. I just tell them don't do it, and they just do it. And
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, don't keep getting married if you keep getting screwed over. There really is no benefit to being married anymore. It's just for tax purposes if you really need it, and shared health insurance pretty much.
I'm like, all right, see you soon.
Are you single?
No, I'm married.
How long have you been married?
About 5 years.
So how does your job make you view your relationship with him?
Just like more, you're looking out a little bit more. You're like, all right, I need to maybe work on things a little bit more. You see stuff that's alarming. And when you're dating as a divorce lawyer, it gets a little crazy, right? Because you're like, all right, let me see how he is angry. Let me see how he is when he's sad. Let me make sure I go through a major event before I commit. Let me see how it is living with this person. So you have to be more aware.
Yes, definitely find out how it is to live with someone before you ask them to marry you, because when you live with someone, that's when people really come out. And when it comes to money, that's when people show their real true colors. So make sure you guys get along, can live together, and pay the bills together and be agreeable before you get married.
So would you say that mentally it still puts a strain on your relationship, or it's just as easy as like working at a 9 to 5?
Wouldn't say with the strain. I think it makes it stronger because you know what not to do. Basically, you're like, all right, if I do this, this might be a problem, because you see so many guys complain about like, my wife didn't do this, my wife didn't do that, and that bothered me. So I make sure not to do those things.
Great interview by the Desirable Truth channel. Check him out. Like I said, guys, be careful in divorce. Watch out for the women that make a business of it. And it's not even worth getting married. You guys are right. If you're walking away from dating or you're hesitant to get married, you are probably, their gut feeling is probably right. It's not worth it anymore. There's just tax purposes and health insurance benefits, basically, if they get health insurance from their job. That's pretty much it. So that was another good one. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and the little dingy button so you know when I drop a new video. Hope you guys are having a great day. Peace out.